Good morning, friends and family. Good to be here with you. Reverend Pawpaw here again. I'm going to talk a little bit more about my childhood, and then going to come up to when I met Miss Lisa and our life together. I'm going to try to get her to talk about her childhood a little bit. She said she didn't have no bad things in her childhood. Well, we both had bad things in teenage years, but I'm not going to focus on what we did wrong. I just want to focus on some good things. That's what really matters, is the good in our life. Someone asked me a couple days ago, I'm crippling along with my cane, said, how do you feel about being crippled? I said, you know what? God has given me 60 good years of wonderful health. How can I complain? So what? And that's the way I feel about life. We've made some mistakes. We've done some bad things, but you know, God took our lives and changed us forever. And I'm so grateful to him. And as Job said, how could we curse God now after all the good he's done for us? Anyway, when I was a kid, I told you last video, we were just dirt poor. Nothing when I lived with my Irwin grandparents. Dirt floors, and I mean poor. And all the kids I knew were poor. The whole neighborhood, nobody had electricity, but one family up the street had electricity and a black and white television in the 60s when I was a kid. You know, all us boys used to pile in up there till the mom run us out. And then we'd go up in the summer and look through the screen window and watch TV. And one time my grandpa snuck up behind me and looked through the window, and Andy Griffith was watching, and he was smoking a cigarette. And my grandpa drug me by the earlobe down to the house and whooped me with a switch. I told you that one-eyed devil wasn't no account. That guy teaching kids to smoke cigarettes on TV. I just laugh now thinking it's one of the cleanest shows on TV now. Grandpa wasn't far wrong. Well, me and the boys in the neighborhood, we were all getting together. We'd save our pennies from pop bottle sales and go down. They had a drugstore you can buy penny candy, and they had Hubba Bubba bubble gum, penny a piece, and we'd buy one of them and we'd yell, I get first chew. Next boy would say, I get second chew, I get third chew. And though that's gross to you kids today, we called it ABC gum, already been chewed. And we did the same on popsicles off the Pinky Dinky, they called it. A truck come around, and we never had money for ice cream, but every now and then somebody would come up with enough saved money to buy a popsicle that you break in half, and we'd all share licking that thing, and somebody'd run down the street with it every time, and we'd go chasing them down the street trying to get it before they ate it all up. Us boys spent all of our time in the woods, fishing, just hiking, hunting, doing whatever we could in the woods. There wasn't nothing to do in the house. We were always outside. Had an old man lived down in the field, D. Rawson was his name, and he showed us once how to make a Panther squaller with a Prince Albert can. That was a metal can they used to have tobacco in. And you knocked the top was already out, and you knocked the bottom out, and punched 2 holes in the side and run a rubber band through with 2 sticks. And you twist that rubber band up with them sticks, and then let it go and scream in that can, and it would vibrate your voice and sounded really scary. So us boys started a rumor that there was a Black Panther out in them woods, and we'd scream in that can. We had the whole neighborhood worried about that Black Panther, which didn't exist. But my goodness, if me and the boys didn't start seeing that panther ourselves, we made up the story, and we started getting scared talking about that Black Panther, which we made up. But things like that we did, made up ghost stories, and one time we'd made a ghost story and was telling it back and forth to everybody. And one night there was a fence before you went to the woods, and real late at night the wind was kind of blowing, and there was a white figure out there by the fence blowing in the wind. It looked just like a ghost, and we were terrified thinking that was a ghost. Finally, we snuck up on it with sticks, and it was a feed sack somebody had hung on the fence. We used to go in old houses, if we saw an old house, we'd go in there and say there's ghosts in there, and we'd go in there at night and sneak around. Remember one of my buddies up the street, we used to have BB gun fights. You kids don't never do this. We used to shoot each other with Red Ryder BB guns. And one of the boys' mom kept saying, "You're going to put an eye out, you're going to put an eye out." Said that all the time. And Halloween come around and we found this fake blood, or he did. And he put this blood on his eye and he went in the house crying, and "Mom, I got hit in the eye." And man, when she found out he was joking, I thought she was going to beat him to death. But we all had a good laugh about that. But to me, it was just fun times as a boy. Didn't have any money, didn't have any toys, but we were always out doing boy stuff, fishing, hiking, out in the woods. And I tell you what, we had a better childhood than kids today do. Playing video games all day long, never leaving the house. Can't hardly drag a kid out of the house. Summer's here now. Grandkids' last day of school yesterday. And I got the two little ones, and I told them, "You guys get ready. If you're going to be with me, there's not going to be nobody in the house. We're going to be outside fishing, hiking. We're going to be helping old people. We're going to be doing something. We're not going to be sitting in the house watching TV and playing video games." Because I just remember how much more fun that is. Love y'all. Maybe next time I'll try to get Miss Lisa to talk about her fun childhood, and then we'll get up to talking about when Miss Lisa and I met and our wonderful life together that's still going on. And then get into when the kids came and the grandkids and mission life, and we've had such an adventurous, exciting life. And it's all because of Jesus Christ. And we love him so much. Thank you. We love you too.